Hello and welcome to Whiteboard Weekly number 26. Today we're going to be talking about testimonials for franchise recruitment. So why would you want video testimonials for franchise recruitment? Well, it's a great way to get your franchisees talking about the kind of things that you want them to talk about. So what their experience has been like, how they'd recommend you. Really, you want them to talk about it in a way where they're talking about the things that you want them to talk about. So all too often, when you ask people to make a video testimonial for you, you just say something like, can you make me a video testimonial? And usually what comes back is something really wishy-washy, really rubbish, and something you wouldn't want to use. So by using these questions that we're going to talk about, you'll get back a really good quality video testimonial that you can use as individual questions. So you can have like 20-second videos answering individual questions that you can use on social media. You can use all the videos, and then you can even transcript the video and use it as written testimonials for your website or social media or anything like that. So let's go through the questions. The first one is, what did you do before? This is a great way of finding out what a typical franchisee did before. So is there a typical sector that they worked in before, or is it really, really varied? That will help your potential franchisees understand that either it doesn't really matter what background they come from, or most people come from this type of background. I come from that background as well, so they could potentially be a good fit. So next one is, why did you look into franchising? This is good because you want to get an idea of the reason they chose franchising rather than setting up their own business. Usually you get an answer like, I wanted to set up my own business for a while, but a franchise was a great way of me getting some really good support throughout setting up my own business. Next up is, why did you choose ABC company? So why did you choose the company that you're with? Maybe it's because of the way the business is run, maybe it's because of the products you sell, but it's good to get a really good reason for why they chose you above maybe competitors, maybe other franchises that do other things. But by getting that one, if you've got an answer that's similar across the board, you know you're doing something right. Then what was the training and what was the support like? So what was the initial training like? Was it, what did it involve? Did it involve going to stay at a particular place for a certain amount of time? Or was it sort of an ongoing thing that happened over the first few months of setting up? And then what's the support like ongoing? Is it a good level of support? How often do they talk to the head office? What are the people like supporting them? And what are the other franchisees like? So is there a network of franchisees that will help each other? Because that will help people understand what the ongoing support's like, and that they're not going to be left alone once they join. Then a really good question is, what is a typical day like? In the previous episode of Whiteboard Weekly, we talked about how you can create a whole video around this, but if you just get people to answer that question, they can list what a typical day's like, so what time they get in the morning, if they have to drive around all day, or if they've got an office-based franchise, what kind of things, what kind of tasks they undertake during the day, if that's typical, or if things change all the time. So by getting that, people can understand who are watching it, that they'll have to put a certain amount of work into it. Maybe it's doing a lot of work, maybe it's a lot of driving around, but you'll attract the right people with that question and you'll turn the wrong people off with that question. So that's a vital question to ask in a video testimonial for potential or existing franchisees rather. And then how and why would you recommend ABC company, so this company? And this is just a good way to wrap up the video so they can say sort of their overall thoughts, tying everything together, just tying it in a nice neat bow at the end. And then let's look at how you get these testimonials. There's two main ways of doing it. Either you can travel around to each franchise, talking to franchisees, talking to staff, getting testimonials that way, but a really good way is at your franchise conference, once a year, twice a year, you've got all your franchisees together in one place. Just hire a separate room in the hotel or the conference room, wherever the conference is based, and slowly get people answering these questions in that room. Record that, and then you can use that for marketing throughout the next year. And if you've got any other questions about testimonials or any other questions about videos for franchise recruitment marketing, then comment below. We'll get that answered in a future episode of Whiteboard Weekly. So that's it for now. Bye.